Pointy Review here. Haven't made a video in a while. We kind of took a hiatus from Yu-Gi-Oh! Our little break extended to almost the entire format. We tried playing it every now and then, and we kept trying to get into the new formats. Then DN got shut down, and it became difficult to download like Dev Pro and YGO Pro, things of that sort. And we really did lose a lot of the drive for the game. We would get in these moods to go and try and play the game and build decks, and we just wouldn't, because it wasn't as much fun to try and do it on Dev Pro as it was on Dueling Network. Not as fun to stream, and so we tried doing some other things gaming wise, but things that we were enjoying, but it didn't receive as well, it didn't take as well. We're going to probably continue trying to making that content, though we are going to start up with Yu-Gi-Oh! Content hopefully in the very near future. Just to kind of start this off, a Banlist dropped earlier today, and I wanted to kind of talk about some of the changes that were made to the list. I was a really big fan of some of them, and they did spur some changes to future decks that I've been wanting to run for a while. So we're gonna just kind of start up. The first card that was limited was Perform Upon Monkey Board, or banned. It was banned. It was limited. Now it's forbidden. Really glad that card was gone. It does hurt the current like Pepe engine thing. It was still good at one, and the deck has still got too many cards, but I'm really glad that the deck as a whole is harder to play. And the next card that was added to the list was Kaiser Coliseum. Kaiser is a card that used to be used in the Bujin deck. Matt will be hopefully be doing an updated version of Bujin sometime in the near future, though we have to try and get back into the game as the semester started, and we're going to get some more free time. We've decided to try and hit locals up again. We haven't gone in a while due to the previous format just lasting way too long, too much of the same stuff being played, and we just really lost some of the fire for the game. But this new list is pretty interesting, so we're looking pretty hopeful for it. It looks as if those were the only real cards that changed on the ban list, but I'm really glad about that. Now we're on the limiteds. We have Sir Melonbrake of the Burning Abyss is now limited, which was semi-limited. I'm really glad it's limited. I wish Skarm was limited as well. That is a deck that needs to die. It is a deck that won't die, and it's a deck that I'm getting tired of playing and tired of seeing. It's really a no-risk, high-rewards deck, which is something that I don't think should exist in the game, but I will probably still see some of it. Hopefully Dante drops in price again, and hopefully some of the other cards, like the Phantom Knight card, drops in price due to the fact that Burning Abyss won't be able to use it as much. There's not really much I can say about it besides that, but if Phantom Knight guy drops in price, I will certainly be purchasing it again and using it. The very next card that was added to this list is either the Heavenly Monarch. That's a good card to go. It was an OTK enabler, basically a search from the deck, and it was just phenomenal. The other guy I felt could be hit as well, but I'm glad that this one was gone at least. That way we just don't have to deal with the broken combos of almost an OTK, and if it didn't OTK you just have card advantage, and I don't know. I really did stop playing, and that deck really got popular. I still have mine down here in this thing, but I really don't. I really was not a fan of last format. It dragged on for so long, and it was really kind of powerhouse, play this deck or lose. I really feel like what really set that format apart from other formats was it really punished players for playing older stuff, and it didn't have enough cards to make it so the older stuff could compete with the new stuff. We'll move on to the next card on this list. We have Destroyer, which was at 3. It's now limited. I'm really glad that that's limited. It makes it so people have to use cards like Eclipser and Forerunner and try and balance their options. And with E-Telly, that was also limited, you have to be more careful with your extra resources. The deck will still definitely see play, still be a great deck. Destroyer is able to be cycled incredibly easily. All you have to do is just use Strawman, use what's it called? Cosmotown. Sorry, haven't played the deck in a while. To cycle them back, and you just have infinite fodder. It's really, really still amazing at 1. They should have lost something else, maybe Tin Can, I don't know, but it's fine the way it is. One destroyer is really the only number that they need, because now they have to use their cycles on that card. And it makes it so some of their consistency's shot, but the deck's not dead, which is something that's good, because we were really excited for the deck for quite a while. The next card that was limited was Kieran, the Magispector Unicorn. Never liked the card in the first place, was kind of annoyed that the card was so popular for a while, and then when it started getting seen, just thrown in because it was basically the Mist Valley soldier guy, or bird, whatever that was. That was just annoying. Glad it's out of the game, glad I don't have to deal with that, glad that the Pepe rebirth thing that showed up is gone. I wouldn't say gone completely, because stuff like that's just too good to just die, but we'll see what happened with the 2 changes. The next thing, Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal, got limited. Really glad about that. Hopefully that scares away a lot of Burning Abyss players once again, so Phantom Knight guy will drop. Just, the Burning Abyss cards were way too everywhere for way too long. Dante's a good card I feel like could be toolboxed into a lot of other decks, and I don't feel like Dante needs to go. I just feel like the deck as a whole has played too well for too long. Moving on to the next page, we have 2 new limited cards, Pantheism and Pendulum Call. Pendulum Call was just an overpowered card, in my opinion, from day one, but the major card here was the Pantheism, was just the go plus because you can go plus, draw 2 and search, and I'm very glad that card's at 1, especially because you could just search 2 more copies of it, you know, activate, search 1, activate. Very, very annoying. The next card that was removed was Monarch Stormforth. That was all the cards that got changed on the limited list. Moving on to semi-limited. First card is Max C's at 2, which is really strange. For a while there, people only played it at 2, and now people are playing it at 3 and everything, and I feel like that's dumb, because you shouldn't be punished for playing the game, but at the same time, they shouldn't make the game in a point where Max C needs to be used and everything. So I feel like that is an issue on their end for not balancing the game properly. I'm pretty sure everyone will just start running 2 Max Cs, because I feel like that was the thing about a year ago, and so just losing 1 Max C doesn't change much. The next 2 cards that were on there is Thunder King Ryo, which I'm ecstatic about. The fact that we can have TKRO back at 2, I'm going to be running that in a lot of things. And the Wind Up Magician at 2, which I'm incredibly excited for. That card is amazing. It just... So, Wind Up Magician at 2 allows us to try and play a Wind Up Engine deck again, and just having that second card as an option for combo plays, or even just like one big push, is something that I've been waiting for quite a while. Magician, Shark, Magician, you know, it's a play, it's a thing that hasn't been able to exist for a while. Our carrier is still on the ban list, but that's fine. It's not the biggest issue, but I'm really excited about that. But the cards that are no longer on the list, Thousand Eyes, doesn't matter. The only deck that uses it is Ghost Tricks. Then we have Allure of Darkness, really good. It allows the Cosmo deck to still play. It allows Burning Abyss to try. A lot of the future decks coming out, especially the Destiny Heroes, will have this extra added consistency. But Ghost Tricks are what I'm excited about. You can definitely expect a Ghost Trick deck coming up soon. I've been kind of pushing it back, because I just needed to buy a couple of cards, and I recently moved. If you couldn't tell that my setup's different, built like a computer, and got a bunch of stuff kind of set up. Allure of Darkness will be really good. And the third card on the list was Gold Sarcophagus. Now, something cool about Gold Sarcophagus is the decks that really used it never got to use it in the last, or haven't been able to use it in quite a while, thanks to the fact that the E-Dragon deck really ruined that card for the game. And now the card can be used again in the decks that needed the extra searching are the decks that got punished because the card was overpowered in E-Dragons. But the deck that I've been working on recently, I guess I'll show you guys. So I got Red Gadget, Yellow Gadget, Green Gadget, Tin Goldfish, Iron Calls, and then Gold and Silver Gadgets. I've been working on a gadget deck because it looks like a lot of fun. Just something I've been messing around with for quite a while, and then Gold and Silver came out recently in the movie pack. Some things I'd like to talk about on the list as a whole. I'm glad that it managed to hit all the decks that literally got Pointy Star to stop playing as a whole. We stopped playing the Dueling Network and Dev Pro Vanish. We've been playing a lot of Hearthstone, playing a lot of Overwatch, all this other stuff. The game really seemed to be punishing towards players who weren't focused on dropping the most money and playing, and it really seemed to kind of put the cold shoulder on people who just kind of wanted to play and have fun at locals, and made it so that if one person decided to bring the top tier deck, they were guaranteed a victory. I don't really know. We really want to start picking it up again, and a lot of us were going to start messing around. And I go up to college campus quite often now, since I'm living really close to it thanks to my apartment. And I plan on practicing with the Better Man and hopefully Lee just some more, since he moved really close as well. There's a lot of that stuff that I really want to start doing, especially since this new list seems really fun. TKRO is a card that I really think will help push this list. Tell me what you guys think of this list in the comment section below. I'm really happy about it, really excited to see where it'll take us. And as always, thanks for watching. Yeah.